EV Café News.
Oh yeah, thanks Sam for that. And backing singers Paul and Sarah did a fabulous job. It's Friday, it's 10 o'clock and it's time to plug in. Welcome to the EV Café News, your weekly jolt of what's happening in clean transport. I'm your host as usual, and today I'm joined by our funner regulars, Paul, Sam and Sarah. Now I can see that Sam has his cuppa ready. What you got in there, mate?
Baileys. He's on mute. Oh, fantastic.
Sam's
what
on
an
mute.
idiot.
Sam's on
mute. Oh, he's not. That's amazing. Keep it going. Keep it going. It's brilliant.
And the great thing is,
is that your fault?
And clearly he's having a bad week. He's run out.
Look at this.
Well done, mate. He's run out of clean washing as well, so having to wear an EV Cafe polo shirt.
Yes, send help. Send help.
How are you, Sarah? You well?
Yes, I am. I was late back from London last night, but all very progressive things in the world of fleet card payments. Woo!
Golly jeepers. And Pablo, how's your little world?
Let's not talk about how my little world is. We're pressing on through. So let's go with that.
Stoic indeed. If you've got love for Vans and Paul, send your love to him in the chat because he's had a challenging week. He's had to put up with Sam on Tuesday.
Yeah,
going.
The whole day of it.
Now then, if you want to find out more about our new sponsors, Drax Electric Vehicles, hit them up at energy.drax.com/electric-vehicles. We'll whack all of that in the chat. And coming up this morning, now then, this is important, Samuel. Behave yourself. Savings can be made using EHGVs. We have the numbers that you can save across Europe driving EHGV. Also look into why are fleets buying and using electric vans, and some revelations coming out that drivers actually like them. And we apply some science, and then used EVs are hitting the vehicle sales fast lane. It's all good news here at the Fun at EV Cafe News. But first, our celebration of good things achieved in our industry. It is the commercial clap.
Oh.
What?
The commercial clap from the EV Café.
Innovation applauded.
That was the commercial clap rap.
Really slick, guys.
Any road up. First up, a deal has been struck for 40 electric DAF XD waste collection trucks by the city of Amsterdam. The DAF XD electric trucks with DAF's fan 6x2 axle configuration will be delivered in 2026 with a variety of body types. These include 13 rear-end loaders. I just wanted to say that.
You did.
End of story. 10 crane and hook lift vehicles and 17 front loaders for container collection. All electric, all DAF, all brilliant. Sam, you're busting to say something.
I was going to say, Joe, can we go back to the picture? Is this Amsterdam's Got Talent?
He's quick today.
Very clever.
Right.
Well, it's a triple X rear loader. There we go.
Anyway, let's move on. Fleet and Mobility Live 2025 will have a record number of leading manufacturers in attendance across October the 7th and 8th. And we often hear that OEMs don't pitch up at shows. Think again. Fleet Mobility Live have got BMW, BYD, Verizon, Flexis, Isuzu, Mini, MG, Nissan, Tesla and Volvo. Also have the Vans at Work zone. We like this because if a van's not, what's it you say, Paul? If the
wheels are not turning, the vehicle's not earning.
Yeah,
That's
very,
good.
very true. We've got the Micro Mobility Zone, which will be really interesting to see. The AFP Hub, they'll be nestled in against the EV Cafe. The Association of Fleet Professionals, and of course the EV Cafe Village will be there, showcasing new advances in electrification, charging infrastructure, and all that stuff. There's still time to join us, Paul, isn't there?
Absolutely, and I tell you what, our position could not be better. I was talking with Clive Wilcox of the aforementioned AA. I think you mentioned them. Anyway, the AA, and we were waxing eloquent about our position next to Geely, next to Mini, next to BYD, next to Flexus, and just surrounded by sort of manufacturer goodness, and then we're right in the centre of it all. We've already sold out all of the premium spots, so I'm sorry, guys, there is no more 5x3s. Unless you talk to me very nicely, and then we'll have to combine a couple of the other ones. But anyway, just talk to me about it. Are you desperate? But there are about 4 pods left. So get in quick. They are going fast. It is going to be a really powerful thing. 7th and 8th of November. Thank you, whoever did that. Perfect. It's a great opportunity to meet all of the great fleets across the country. And of course, we're doing the CV show next year, and we've got Installer Live next year as well. So there's so much going on. Wow.
Talking of so much going on, Arnold Clark has opened its ultra-rapid EV charging network to the public, with more than 50 Arnold Clark charge hubs now live across the UK. As part of a £30 million investment, it's installing 500 EV chargers at more than 100 locations, with up to 8 rapid chargers on site, with the ability to charge up to 150 kilowatts installed at Arnold Clark branches. The first chargers were installed in March, with more locations to be added by the end of the year. Now then, this is the bit that really got me. EV drivers will pay an ultra-rapid charging rate of 55 pence per kilowatt hour. Good rate in the scheme of things. Congratulations to Jim Blair, often visits us here, and really pleased to have him as part of our community. Jamie Green, who I used to work with at Transport Scotland, and all of the Arnold Clark crew. Great stuff. Right, should we get on with the news?
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah.
10:07.
Let's do it.
There, John. Stamping your feet. It's that
Oh,
good.
tell you, buddy, I'm buzzing for it today. Now, new research has shown how much fleet operators can save per 100 kilometres for recharging an electric HGV against refuelling a diesel HGV in European countries. The study by digital solutions provider for mobility firm Snap found Iceland offers the highest estimated energy costs at 61.3 per 100 kilometres, whilst Croatia ranks last with 19.96 of savings. So, the UK sits in 11th place with an estimated 36.23 euros saved per 100 kilometres. By 2030, it's estimated by McKinsey that more than 300,000 public and private charge points will be required across Europe to meet the demands of medium and heavy-duty trucks alone. And this was the bit that really got me. That's up from 10,000 available today. Today, there are 10,000 HGV charging points across Europe. Interesting stat. Now then, you can save per 100 kilometres, 61 euros in Iceland, 49 euros in Norway, 49 euros in Finland. Down in 10th place, Belgium, 38 euros per 100 kilometres, and the UK at 36.23. Now, this is good news. Sam does his little dance, not sure about the numbers dance. Anyway, as an extra feature before we come to this discussion, TIP is reporting good progress in the UK with its self-initiated Try Before You Buy scheme for e-reefers, or what I know as trailers. In a quest to support temperature-controlled transport, operators are taking significant steps forward towards their decarbonisation goals, and TIP are continuing to offer trailers on a trial basis equipped with the latest in sustainable refrigerated technology. And the sorts of things that they can do, there are 3 energy solutions that come as part of this package. Axle energy recuperation, it's essentially like braking, regenerative braking, battery and solar powered systems so that you can have your zero emission temperature controlled trailers, which is Fabo, and they're even retrofitting battery and solar powered systems to existing trailer stock. And the point of this, Sam, and you're our HGV expert, is that sustainability isn't just all about the big tractor unit boxes that you see. There are so many other sustainability impacts that moving to eHGV can have.
Yes, indeed. And that kind of comes to my point, I think, really, I was going to make. And that's these are savings. And if they're savings, that's great news. Having a ranking of the top 10 and us being 11th is less appealing to me, because far be it from me to question McKinsey's numbers, but it will be predicated on such tremendously wide variables at the moment. Europe are way ahead of us in their charging EHGV infrastructure, and therefore the proliferation of vehicles is going to necessitate more savings because they're just further down the track than we are. So I hope we climb that ladder over the next few years as we get more charging provision out there for EHGVs, and therefore can start to make the savings. But you're right, there are so many facets to how this works, particularly in the depot environments, with battery storage, with local generation, with the vehicles, the total cost of ownership, the leasing costs, the R&M costs, the public charging costs. There are so many variables that at the moment it's good that we've got a ranking, but I suspect jostling for position will happen quite a lot over the next few years.
Yeah, absolutely. And Pablo?
Well, just to clarify the maths, Sam, the maths is based on energy use, not the total cost of ownership. So it is just focused on the cost of energy, which I think is good to highlight where the UK are. We're not all that and then some when it comes to energy costs, and we should and could get that energy cost down. And that's, I think, one of the directions of travel that this perhaps spurs on for us. We know about the variety, and obviously the cost of public energy it varies wildly from sort of 39 pence per kilowatt hour at one end up to 85 and beyond up at the other end. So these are the variances we can't do, but it's just pure energy costs that we're focused on in this report.
Yes, indeed, but the two are intrinsically linked because you've got energy costs in public domain and energy costs in depot domain. And if you've got energy costs in the public domain, then it's the high price is predicated on the cost of the capital infrastructure to build it. So it's one and the same as far as what the net costs and savings are at the end of the day.
Sarah, I just wanted to pick up with you. I'm not massively involved in the EHGV space, but I was shocked at 10,000 HGV chargers being available across Europe. Does that surprise you?
It depends what they define as that, because if it's depot based, then it might be a bit simpler if they've got lots of land available to put slower power chargers in and still call them EHGV because they're dedicated. So I'd love to see that split between public and private in terms of what's on the highway versus what's behind the fence. But it's really interesting at the Road Transport Expo, talking to another fuel card operator who was saying that most hauliers run about a 1% profit margin on a good year. So that pence per kilowatt hour is so vital, and even shaving a tiny bit off that for people's operational improvements is everything. We can only learn from Europe as they are ahead. I reckon we should get McKinsey on. It's not a person, by the way, it's a massive global organisation.
But really great news. Good to see HGV really making progress. So anybody who says to you they'll never work, they do.
Yeah, exactly.
Every day. Fantastic. Good. Right, shall we move on to the shout outs? Favourite part for some of us and not.
I like
for
it. Just give him coffee, Sam. Good to go.
Right, Peter Heath, he's got nice teeth. All right, let's just get that out of the way, shall we?
Hey, he'll be saying funner next. He'll be saying funner.
No, I won't.
We get to him one way or the other.
What won't you
Daryl
say,
Sharp.
Sam? Sorry. Go on.
Daryl
Bands of
Sharp.
fun.
Yeah. Daryl Sharp kicked the doors in this morning at 7:21, and he is feeling 9 out of 10. He's had a very phenomenal and productive week, and he's in Devon. Now, we'll be down in Devon a bit later on for the EV rally. Sarah, we're really looking forward to it. Pablo, Sam, we'll all be there. What are you looking forward to, Sarah?
Getting in at sea. I mean, doing a whole week of interview. It's going to be amazing. I was late to the news because Colin called me. It's down to the finer details now of what to expect. It's an absolute jam-packed schedule.
Yeah. Paul, what are you looking forward to?
Well, I'm kind of with Sarah, jumping in the sea at Newquay on the first day, or the day before the first day. So I'm going to hopefully get down there Sunday evening and go for a run along the beach and jump in the sea, and that'll be that. And that'll see me for the rest of the week. But I'm actually really looking forward to spending time with some seriously, big hitter fleet managers across the week. We've got people from BT, Network Rail, Paul Harlick from the AFP. We've got, people from all across the industry. It's going to be super exciting. I'm really pleased about that.
Sam, have you got any little surprises for us this year?
No surprises. I'm not doing it on two wheels again this year, but I am looking forward to the Wednesday because I'll be travelling up to the Milton Keynes area in a Verizon van. I'm then speaking at Cenex, I'm driving at Cenex, and then I'm down to the Motor Transport Awards where I'm a judge in the evening. So I've got quite an action-packed Wednesday. So that should be a good old fun day for me.
Excellent. That'll get dubbed over. He made the mouth movement. That'll do. Yes, and the highlight for me, of course, is that I get to fly in an electric plane. Oh, my Lord. I'm really, really nervous about that, but looking forward to it. I'm sure it'll be fabulous. Anyway,
Are you actually going to fit in that plane? I genuinely had a conversation about that plane, and it's really small.
That was my first question was, have you offered this to Sarah when Colin rang me? Because she is more physically suited to that kind of plane. And he said, no, I want to laugh. I want to see you getting in it.
Yeah,
so
I did.
Colin said you were on the wing, though.
Yes.
There's one of us on each wing.
Something from Titanic. Oh, good grief. Anyway, let's move on. So Daryl Sharp first in. Economy Trucks, Steve Warts. Morning to you, my friend, 748. Stuart Humphrey. Great to see you in sunny Sussex. James from Screenwash King. He's in Kent. Sun shining. Clean Tech fan. Simon and Barbara. Great to see you, but
From
chilly in Surrey.
Yes.
Not so good. Yes, the YouTube. We love you very much. Growing on the YouTube, you know. Oh, yes. Now then, Ron Godfrey. Good to see you on the tube. Mark Elliott. Great having you here. Training for the Public Sector Challenge on the 5th of September in the Peak District. 9 out of 10. God, this is good stuff. Michael Barton. Great to see you from Bristol, as always. Couldn't make Wednesday's webinar. Great news is it's available on YouTube and LinkedIn. Do watch it, because it was all about AI. And I have to say, I think it was one of our very, very best. LinkedIn user, Sonny Redding. Is it? Could it be?
It's not the festival.
Now then,
I can't remember.
Lulu,
I think it is.
Lulu Bonbon O'Hagan. She's here. Morning. Belinda Guy. She's got a short fuse. See what I did there? Ash Bannister. Oh, two mugs. Stop it. He's there. Wayne Dunn. Great to see you. LinkedIn user. It's true. It's him. It's Peter Heath. He's got nice teeth. Leo Pickford. Hello. Somewhere in Derby. Now then, Sarah Sloman, get off. Lloyd Allen. He's in sunnier Cornwall. 7 out of 10. Now that the EV Café is on, dear me, you must have been having a bad start to the day. Martin Sweeney, great to see you. Ash Bannister calling out Jim Blair for some praise quite rightly. Sebastian Fleischhacker. Hola, my friend. Good to see you. Todos Eléctricos.
Todos Eléctricos.
Also from
Wow.
Spain.
I like that.
I like to think so, yes. And it's everyone electric or everything electric or something. Anyway, good to see
electric.
you. Tim Aylan. Lovely to see you, Charge Heads. Great stuff that you're doing with your Tesla. Love it, love it, love it. Who else we got?
Toby Hiles has amused me. At
Toby,
10,
go on.
14.
Oh, there we go.
I can't read it out. You'll have to do it for me. That
Who's messing with the things? Just leave the buttons alone.
It's not me.
Sorry to be later and great to be back after a few weeks of not being able to attend. Toby, you were missed. It's great to have you here. Well,
We've
that's
got
what you
Heather
put up on the
Kennedy.
screen.
Ooh,
Dear
I don't
Lord
I don't
above.
even know how.
This is going horribly wrong. 10:18. We've got Amy Carter
I'll
from
find
the
it, don't
aforementioned DAF. Morning Sparky Types. Good stuff. Great to have you here. Looking forward to a hug on the rally. Heather Kennedy. As you say, Toby Hiles. Jim Blair in the house. Oh, yes. Come on.
There it is. There it is. That's the one.
Yes. Sam
Sam
would say
would
funner
say-
if there was a Guinness World Record at stake.
Can I just
Well-
point out a technical error in that? Toby Hiles says Sam would say
Funa.
Funa.
Funa. Yes, it's not. Yes, need to spell it correctly, Toby. Back of the class.
Dev Chakravarti, 1016. Sorry I'm late. Don't matter, mate. You're here, and that's all that matters. Love you very much. Simon and Barbara are going to be at Cenex on the Wednesday of the EV Rally. Looking forward to that. We have got to crack on because it's 10:19 and good stuff. Thank you all for joining. Really appreciate you being here. I've lost my place in my script, but it really doesn't matter. Let's get on. The number
This
one
is
reason.
scripted.
Well, no, it all comes out the top of my head or somewhere.
Would be if
The
you didn't
number one,
interrupt.
the number one reason for van fleets adopting alternative powertrains such as electric light commercial vehicles is the ability to drive in low emission zones. According to new research, low emission zones were named by a third, 32% of respondents, and that's showing as the main driver. And this is the interesting bit, up from 23% last year. So no massive change in low emission zones in that time, yet 9 percentage point change in the mindset. Interesting. Other factors mentioned include lower environmental impact, tax benefits, total cost of ownership, the same or lower than ICE alternatives. To fulfill employee requests, generated 23% of the reasons. Reduce fuel expenses, anticipate future restrictive public policies, so do it before they do it to you. Improving the company image, 16%, and compliance with corporate social responsibility policies, 16%. One area showing a fall, however, from 31% to 27% is fleets who are adopting alternative energy vans because they believe costs of ownership have fallen in line with diesel vans. Pablo, your thoughts?
Do you know what? I'm really surprised, actually, that low emission zones were named by a third, because basically you can get into most low emission zones with a Euro 6 diesel. That's the reality. There's only one area, which is London, that currently the congestion zone, you can register your van and it's free of charge, and it does save a significant amount of money. But that ends in December, and that goes by about half. So I'm really, really surprised, and I kind of understand the kind of lower cost of ownership. I don't think that that's a dramatic thing. I think people are having to juggle, particularly with home charging and or charging not on where you've got the control of the costs. So it's actually a genuinely interesting piece of research. I'm surprised at the power of the low emission zone, and it sort of says, well, let's do more of it then.
Yeah, Sarah, public policy is a big area for you. What do you think? Are you surprised by those results?
No, not at all. And you can only talk about things that you've been involved in or experienced yourself. I know when the clean air zones were due to go into Bristol and Bath in particular, a lot of people who were sort of SME or sole traders who had vans were saying, well, I'm not changing my van, but I will just pass on that entry cost to drive the van I want onto the service. So that's going to make me uncompetitive to other people who can afford to have a van. So the local authorities kind of joined together to see what they could do in terms of localised grants or dispensation for those who still felt that they were being sort of wronged by the new policy. But policy is only as good as the consultation that feeds into it. We time and time again see these things getting passed, and you think, who actually did they ask? Who do they actually ask? Because it's very London centric a lot of the time, and then a lot of the rest of the country has to just follow suit. So we've got a bit more diplomacy to be secured in the UK.
Yeah. Sam?
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all either, actually. And again, like Sarah, using my own experience, 10 years ago, people were asking about what the electric vehicle ambitions were in central London to maintain the contracts that we had. It was all right for me because I was already fully electric. But just getting the lowest bar of Euro 6 diesel is not enough. If you want to win proper tenders in city centres, you've got to go further than that. And so that's why it's more than perhaps people thought, is because that's being just under the bar of what's acceptable isn't good enough if you want to keep winning business. So people need to be doing electrification, zero tailpipe emissions in city centres.
Yeah. That's of course, Sam. But what's clear is that people are doing it for low emission zone compliance, and it talks about ESG policies and other stuff elsewhere, corporate social responsibility policies is much lower. But I think the reality, Sam, you're right. Every tender that goes out to the world demands this reduction, but the low emission zones don't, which is slightly strange, I find. But I do believe that many businesses that are bidding for work in the way that you suggest are looking at that ESG sector and going, ooh, we need to do something better.
Speaking of which, 10:23, and we're going to talk about van drivers now. So, again, my script all over the shop this morning. Now then, some 75% of UK van drivers believe a fully electric van would be a suitable choice for their businesses, according to research from Volkswagen Commercial Vehicles. The figure, which is up from 67% in 2023, comes as ELCVs registrations have increased by more than 50% year on year during the year to June 2025. Cost effectiveness was also a key factor in the 1,000 van drivers surveyed, with 62% of respondents believing that an electric van would now be cheaper to run compared with diesel or petrol alternatives. Whilst charging time and electric range continue to top concerns about making the transition, the results show that the majority, 69% of respondents without an electric van on their fleets, do expect to purchase one in 2025. These are great numbers. Yeah. Sam, your immediate thoughts?
Yeah, these are great numbers. And what I do hope is that whilst we are broadcasting it on our little news channel, the government somewhere is listening. Because if that is indeed the temperature of the wider audience and not just VW Group, then the regulations need to be tighter. Because if that's the case, then more people should have more electric vehicles today.
Yeah, absolutely. And Paul Shearer, Barnfather, 69%, that is fantastic. It is, Paul, isn't it? We've long been saying that van drivers, van businesses, logistics, they're just not getting it. They're getting it loud and clear.
I think so, and I think driving the vehicle. I was speaking to somebody this morning before we came on air, and look at us, it was really interesting to hear his view, and he was saying I haven't changed yet, and da 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 da. It wasn't against it, and he just said, and I said, oh, why is that? And he said, well, I suspect it's because I've never driven one, and I went, there's the point. I think a lot more people are getting bums on seats now, and I think people are going, oh, this is nice. It goes how far? And it's this education process. We're beginning to get the message out there that they will go far enough. That, I mean, there's still the challenges of charging. We recognise that, and we need to assist with that in some way. But the driving experience is that much better in an electric van than anything else. And interesting, because of course it's the e-Transporter and ID Buzz vehicles that are very good vehicles, both of. And have sort of ID Buzz is really kind of the one van that became iconically electric, and it does seem to be kind of breaking some of the molds of people's thinking, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. 10:26. Now then, we don't just throw this show together, So, fleets, like electric. Drivers, like electric. One of the issues is that they can be perceived as being expensive. So our final story, used electric vehicle sales are currently outperforming other fuel types and are running at record levels. So far this month, data from BCA Valuations shows that used electric cars, I appreciate it's cars, currently have the highest first-time conversion of any fuel type, allied with the strongest cap performance of any fuel type for both monthly and live product. This is also against the backdrop of industry concerns raised over used EV values following the government launching the electric car grant on July the 14th. With just 22 models from 8 manufacturers having qualified for the grant, people are looking elsewhere to get a good deal. And BCA's Chief Operating Officer Stuart Pearson said, we continue to sell more than 1,000 used EVs every week. So supply issues are not driving the daily strong price performance we are seeing in this sector. Many motor trade buyers have realised both the incredible value and the profit opportunity that many EVs represent, giving the growing acceptance from consumers for electric vehicles. I don't quite know how to whoop louder than that, but whoop! It's just brilliant!
I tell you what, John, you've done me a favour because I've got to be on BBC News on Monday, and this is one of the topics, and you've just given me all of the text that I need to be able to speak to it.
Well, I actually turned down the BBC this morning because they said, can you be on our show at 10 o'clock this morning? I said, no, sorry, I'm on the EV Café News. Boom!
I suggest they tune in. They must.
But isn't it great news? And it's wonderful to work in an industry where, yeah, sure, you can find the Doubting Thomases, you can find the difficult stories, Sarah, but this is positive, positive, positive every week.
I'm so impressed by that statistic. And Randall Tiny Smith, those who know him, posted a really great post this week asking, would you buy... Yeah, I know, it's very much like, it's very tall for the viewers who don't know Randall. Very tall. Would you buy an electric car, and it was a car, if the battery degradation was certified at 80%, as in still 80% efficient? And most of us said, well, yeah, absolutely. Really interesting point came up, though. The mindset of buying a second-hand car is, does it look new? Does it smell new? Is it still nice inside? Very few people think about its performance as the first thing when purchasing a new car. So if we can find a way to make it comforting and stylish and happy. And 2022 was a massive year for EV, so it makes sense that 3 years later those cars are being flooded into the market.
And
Just
Paul,
a quick one, if I
conversely,
may. Oh.
yeah, no, go.
I was just going to say on battery degradation, interesting that BCA have just introduced very recently their battery performance score alongside of other elements, their condition reports. And so I wonder if that condition report is helping the sale of the vehicles in the first place. Because I think people go, oh, yeah, oh, it's a 1. Oh, fabulous. Right, well, we can buy that one safely. And bear in mind that it's the trade predominantly that are buying through there. And it's the trade that have had those concerns. So if they can go, BCA say it's a 1, happy days. I've seen it in vans as well, and I hope that will translate. But I do think that there's some of the rises against CAP in particular are because CAP have taken the values down to the point they've been trying to find where that bottom is, and have found it now, and hopefully we'll go back up, and that's good news.
Yeah, we found the bottom. It's 10:30. We've got to go. If you've got any clean transport PR or news stories you'd like us to cover, please send them to us at hello@evcafe.org. Until next Friday, it's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from my wonderful friends. This has been an EV Cafe production. Other sustainability news services are available, but this is just fun. The EV Cafe is truly blessed to be partnered with the AA, Webfleet, Europcar, Iveco, Spiry, Schneider Electric, Dynamon, EV Blocks, AW Energy and CPD Bodies. We are the EV Cafe, supporting the transition to clean transport, supported by the wonderful people at Drax Electric Vehicles. Enjoy the rest of your day and your bank holiday weekend, wherever it takes you. Until next Friday. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Lulu
It's
O'Hagan,
funner.
thank you, love you, funner, bye.